Let's do it. I'm excited. I think Amazon might just be ready finally. Good morning, everybody. I'll wait about one to two more minutes here, then we'll get started. Nice, RB. Well, you should be up pretty nice this morning. We're up about, well, I guess from close yesterday, we're up only about 50 cents, but it's putting us right around this 189 level. So, I mean, ideally we open up above 189. So we are a little bit far, but some nice strength going into the morning. So, just like I was saying on Tuesday, I want to see this get above 189 and start holding. But just like Tuesday again, Amazon's a slow mover. So, I'm not expecting this to be a 5-minute trade. This could be a little bit longer, which is fine. I rather be able to, scale into a position over 10, 15 minutes and really get to catch a big move on something like this, especially on a Thursday. So, the only problem I have with Amazon being slow and it being a little bit later in the week is obviously going to be time decay, right? The 190 calls are going to be about $1.50 out of the money. That's not, the worst thing in the world because they're going to be pretty cheap. But if this takes a long time, we're going to run into some time decay. So if we get some chop off the open, I'm probably just going to have to stay away from it. I think that rather than my usual want to see a pullback off the open, play the new high. If I do take that, it's going to be an extremely small position. Just, if I can grab some contracts that are really cheap, and then, not be freaked out on a 10 or 20% down move on our position, just, whether it pulls back on us or time decay starts kicking in, it's whatever. Or you can go next week contracts. For me, I think next week contracts just going to move a little slow, but you're not going to be running into time decay nearly as bad. So it's all going to kind of depend on the price action here. Everything else that I looked at, I mean, if you guys have other tickers you want me to check out, anyone on Twitch or YouTube as well, or Twitter, you guys can throw them in. I can check out some other things, but I think Amazon's going to be my main watch here. We're going to be trading the 190 calls, just like we did on Tuesday. So hopefully we can get this move. We hit 6 cents away from 190 last time. So, this next break should be pretty good. Let me just look at the wall. We already have about a 20,000 wall sitting at 190 pre-market. That's pretty good. So 190 calls also have by far the most open interest. And the call side on the options definitely has the most open interest as well compared to the puts. So everything's kind of lining up. All we need to do is cross our fingers and hope for some real strength here out of Amazon. And as long as, we did one more thing, we did see the market push up pre-market on Tuesday, and then we fell off after the open, right? So ideally, we get some more continued upside on the market so Amazon doesn't struggle on its own. Let me look at NQ really quickly here. Maybe just SPY would be easier. SPY looks like we do have somewhat like a bull flag looking thing here, coming back up near all-time highs. I think all-time highs here is 524.61. So if we can break through highs here and go for 520, that'll help us perfectly on Amazon. And, looking at SPY here, let me look at this. Nice, strong move, couple days of consolidation, looking for another breakout here. Look how similar Amazon looks. Strong move, couple day consolidation, looking for a breakout. So if this all lines up, this should be a pretty nice trade. What expiration date are we looking at? I'm going to be trading this week's contracts. So, expiring the 10th. But if you want to go next week, just like Gio was saying, just so you don't have to deal with time decay and the volatility of the same week expiration contracts, then go ahead. All right, so let me look at Meta here. So Meta, we've almost filled the whole gap. I think the gap ends around 493. So, I mean, honestly, there's still about $20 in this. Am I looking to keep chasing new highs? No, I think Amazon's a better setup. But if there is some, real strength on this, then we might be able to get some sort of price action play here. Just kind of quick and easy. Nothing, no sort of, this isn't an A+ setup, but, if we can catch a nice little scalp on that through 475, I think that looks pretty good. So, but like I said, I'm going to, you see what I made on my meta swing? I did. Yeah, it was freaking awesome, RB. But like I said, focusing on Amazon. If Amazon is real slow off the open, then I might have to switch to Meta pretty quickly, because this could easily get right through 475. So if I do trade Meta, and I'll say it again if I end up switching, but I'll be trading the 475 calls on Meta. Not interested in the downside whatsoever. Be looking for the upside. Let's just look at some other things here. Tesla pulled back, for the last couple days. Not really interested. We ended up filling this whole gap, so let it do its thing. Let's see. Netflix, that move was crazy, man. I mean, 580 was kind of my where I was interested for this gap fill. And over 3 days, we've moved almost, we almost moved 40 points here up at highs. So, I don't know. I don't know that I'm too interested to continue to look to trade the upside, because I feel like we probably missed most of the move. Microsoft, not too interested there. NVDA, this doesn't look terrible, honestly. I mean, looking on like a 30-minute chart here, we do have kind of a wedge. So this could easily break out through here and then get moving. For me, it's like, I think, again, I want to focus on Amazon, just because to me that setup is just better on a bigger time frame. I think more people will be looking at it. However, if we see NVIDIA just really start going here, I'd be interested to trade this around 920, then look for the new high break 922.20, and then a break through 925. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my trade ideas as well, because I do like this setup, but it's just a momentum trade. So let's see here. All right, cool. Well, you guys got any questions or anything? We got about 2 minutes here till the open. Oh, sorry, Kenny. Yeah, so Amazon, not really going to be looking to buy in on some sort of, oh, wow, look at this. I like seeing the strength here into the open. We're seeing a really strong move pre-market on Amazon, so that's great. So honestly, guys, I mean, if we can open up closer up here, I might consider the pullback high a day, but we'll see. It's not really something that I want to get involved too early, just because the market could easily just, sell off. We've seen these strong pre-market moves, and then, the market just ends up giving back that move once the market opens. So I don't want to jump the gun. It's Thursday, because we may run into some time decay issues on the contracts. So like Gio said, again, trading next week contracts could be a little bit safer, just slower. I don't know. I bet these are under $1 a piece. So probably going to be pretty cheap. That doesn't mean you need to just be buying as many contracts as you can. So let's just see what happens here. Probably going to have to just gauge this move. It's really not something that I love opening this low. I mean, the ideal open is up here around 189.50, but I'm not going to complain. I like to see strength. I've told you guys before, those 5 minutes right before the open, if you can see a really strong move, I love it. And for anyone that looks at NQ or the futures, you can see that they've been pulling back for the last 20, 30 minutes. So I love seeing Amazon have strength on its own. So yeah, 190 calls loaded up, and let's just see what happens, guys. We got 10 seconds here till the open. Be ready. Quick move there through 189. Yeah, these Amazon contracts are about 85 cents a piece. Not terrible. Not going to be chasing an opening move here. There's really no key levels here until 189.94. I mean, 189.50 is obviously going to act as a bit of a resistance just because it's that 50 cent level here. But all-time high 189.94, and then that 190 level is going to have a wall. Yeah, they've already added to that wall. We got about 300,000 sitting there at 190 now. They're still adding to it, 400,000 now. That's beautiful. I'll send a quick screenshot into that. It's great. So again, not looking to get too involved here early on. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, wow. As I'm trying to take a screenshot of that. All right, well, we need to probably start getting ready on this. On a quick little pullback here, back down into there we go. I like that. Back down into 189. I'd like to see that hold. So now I'm kind of interested to play this new high. I don't want it to necessarily happen on this candle, but I do want to start trying to maybe get involved here. Market's pulling back pretty hard, so be patient. I might take a small starter on a pullback to 189. If I can see buyers hold this and then start bouncing it again, that's going to be ideal. Market really pulled back. Look at the strength here on Amazon, though, guys. That's beautiful. I'm going to take a starter here. This is just not really pulling back for us much. New high, 189.62. Just broke that. This is just going off here. This may just not stop. I'm going to go ahead and add into this. Still not in as much as I would like to be in, but this is just, we haven't really seen a pullback here, so it's a bit risky. We could easily just kind of reject here and run into some issues. That 190 wall, though, is massive, guys. It's going to offer a really big move here if we can keep this strength up. Ideally, this does wait a little bit for us, then we can keep adding into it. So, I mean, I'm not going to be, worried about a pullback or anything because it kind of needs it. Markets kind of go for low a day. So let's just see what happens here. Here we go. Back to 189.50. I do like that. Here we go. Nice pullback to VWAP. Add a little bit more to that position there. And then if we can get another strong move back to the new high, I'll add a little bit more, then that'll be it. So this is the kind of the pullback I want to see. Nice. Look at that buy up here. We're still seeing buyers come into this. Here we go. Beautiful. Market's getting bought up a little bit too. NQ is weak as well. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but if we can get a turnaround here on NQ, this thing is gone. All right, just looking for another strong candle right up here into the highs. I'm going to add more and then probably just going to start scaling out instantly on that 190 break. The wall is almost 450,000, guys. This is awesome. Here we go, adding. It needs to go right here. Let's go, Amazon. About 11 cents off. 10 cents, 5 cents, 1 cent. Oh, man. Let's go. Scaling out here. Sold at 140 a contract there. Going to look for some continuation. I don't like seeing that pullback, though. It's not a good pullback at all. Let's see if they can get this back up there. I do think 190 should act as a pretty good breakout level. I'm glad I got a scale out on that, though. That pullback is not great. Let's see if we can get some more out of this. I'm still nicely green here. I want to get back above 190. I want to see a close above here. Beautiful buy up. About 10 cents, 8 cents away. That was a big wall, so we had to get rid of all that supply. And then if we can get back above, that's where we could get that squeeze again. Take profits, so if you have it. I mean, be careful here. That pullback is not ideal. That was a beautiful trade, guys. Wow. I want to see them hold it here. I really don't want to see them pull this back too much. I still have about half my position on. I didn't get out of everything like I wanted. My orders didn't get filled. Man, they may just drop this right off. That's terrible. That was a hard pullback, guys. The market's really weak. I'm not liking that. Gotta hold 189 here. Market is dropping off a cliff. Market's just screwing this up now. That is just terrible. Come on, Amazon. Let's get back up here. Still seeing some strength. I do like that. Not going to average down or anything like that, but we'll see what happens here. I'm just small red now on the rest of these contracts. Come on, let's get back above VWAP here. Back above 189.50. I like that. The market just fell off a cliff. That just screwed up that trade a little bit. Back under 189. I'll take the rest of these off. 190 wall doesn't really have much of a there's not really a wall there anymore. Still trying to hold this 189 level though. The market's just making new low after new low. Come on, NQ. Let's see a little bounce here. They're just pulling this down so hard. Nice, fans. I wish more of my contracts got filled up there. I was up really nicely. 140 a contract there. I was about 30-40% trade there. Come on. Hold this here. If they give up the new low, this thing could crash, guys. So please don't hold on to a big position for no reason. Yeah, I had a hard time getting out too. I tried to sell some limit there and probably needed to go market. Seen a little bounce here on NQ. I want to see those buyers come right back into Amazon because this is not looking as good as I wanted it to. Let's see if buyers can really come back in here aggressively. If we can get back above 189.50, I think there's a chance for this to go again. Come on, Amazon. Let's go. NQ is just really screwing this up, guys. The market is just falling on us. Just a pretty big fake out there. Market's dumping. See if they can triple bottom this here. Amazon's trying to hold up on its own, which I like to see, but man, this is going to fall hard here if the market keeps doing this. It's just going to give up. Yeah, right there. Boom. All right. I'm going to get out of those other contracts. That sucks. So we're seeing the same kind of pattern happen. We're seeing the market up nice and strong pre-market, and then once the market opens, it's just giving these moves back so fast, which is really unfortunate. So I don't know. I mean, I think there's maybe still a chance for this, but we got to see some strength come back into the market. Amazon's trying to hold up the best that it can, but with NQ and ES continuing to make lows, this is just having a really hard time once again. If this would all line up together, I mean, I think we could easily be at 191, 192. We just needed some strength in the market. I mean, look at this, guys. This is crazy. NQ just dying here. Just dying. We can't get any sort of help. Look at Amazon. Contracts at 60 something now. That's really too bad. Just ruined this trade. NVDA, yeah, NVIDIA's fallen off a cliff too. Oh man, that just really sucks. That would have been an insane trade if that would have got some continuation on it. I mean, insane. But, it happens. Still 30, 40%. I mean, I can't really complain. Again, I don't want to completely count this out, but we're back down here at 188.50. I mean, that's just a long ways away. Everything just pulled back. The one day that we needed some strength across the board. Really sucks. But we got some green out of that, so it's all good. Yeah, it was a huge trade, Maynor. Great job. NQ still falling off a cliff here. This is unreal. Yeah, that pullback was pretty hardcore, Fidget. This is kind of Amazon's last line of defense here. If there's no bounce on everything else, and this gets down to 188, I think 190 is definitely out of the question for today. So it's pretty unfortunate. That pullback was crazy, yeah, but the market was just dying. So it just gave an easy spot to get faked out. Starting to see a little bit of a bottom here on the market. Let's see if Amazon wants to get some strength on its own, but it's gonna take a lot to get this going again. Yeah, market just kicked its legs out for sure. NQ just sold off a cliff. NVIDIA sold off a cliff. SMCI did. SPY did. So yeah, there's just sometimes there's just nothing you can do. If the whole market has a direction, and the one stock you want makes the break, it's just that's going to be the first one that algos are going to be looking to reverse. Yeah, on to the next one. They're starting to really give up on Amazon. This thing might be done for. So yeah, I have no sound, guys. So if there's a hot mic, thanks, Duco. Let's see if I can find him. There we go. Man, that's heartbreaking. That would have been an insane trade, guys. I mean, even more crazy than it was. Yeah, there's not really much news. Look at Amazon down here at 188. $2.50 move here in about 10 minutes. If they give up 188, this is definitely done. This is its last hope right here. Really like to see a nice strong bounce out of this at 188. If not, this is done. Come on, Amazon. You're really going to drop every single candle here. At least give us a chance. I would think we'd see some sort of relief bounce somewhat soon. Yeah, anyone with puts right now is loving it. Volume's kicking up here on Amazon to the downside as well, which isn't great. Yeah, chop is going to kill the contract. I mean, these contracts down to $50 a pop. Nothing else to me looks that great. I didn't really have any downside setups. So right now it's just kind of a waiting game. See if strength comes back into things. If not, we may have to just look for a momentum trade to the downside. To me, there's just not much there's just not much there. This is where we got to see Amazon bounce, but the market is just trying to go for new lows again. So I don't know. I think 188. I think this is probably already too far. They're starting to close it under 188 too. I just don't see this like falling off a cliff after that. But it's an easy trap to trap people trying to bring this long. Apple's up, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Look at this. This is just really giving up here. Amazon at 200 on the 3-minute. What? 200 on the 3. Oh, okay, EMA. Yeah, I mean, I would think this was already a bounce, but I guess it doesn't want to. So it is what it is. Is this just not gonna, nothing's gonna bounce, I guess. There's just no relief. Man, well, that's a big reason why you can't just start holding on to things for no reason. Got to scale out and then you got to respect your stop loss. You're going to get screwed. Well, I mean, I don't know why the market's like just tanking like this. I mean, I get stocks are falling, but these weird pre-market, like when we see this strength pre-market, to me, it's just crazy that we sell it off so quick. Nice, Chris. Good. Little bounce here on NQ. You can see Amazon not really doing anything now. Time decay is going to start eating these contracts. SPY is starting to bounce a little bit as well. That's good. Amazon's selling off now as the market's getting a real bounce. What a move, though, in the market, man. I mean, this can't even get up and reclaim 188. So what a day. All right, let's see what else is going on. NVDA. Look at this, man. I mean, this just tanked what? Almost $40? $30? Amazon getting a little life out of it. SPY is ripping back up now. Here's finally a little bit of a bounce. Check INSP. Some calls for 185. Okay, yeah. I mean, this thing tanked on earnings and tanked yesterday, so kind of looking to dip by that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something there. I don't really know anything about the company or what happened. Meta nosedive. Yeah, that did fall a little bit. Not as bad as like Amazon though or NVIDIA. SMCI fell pretty hard as well. Bob has been hot. Okay. Amazon trying to reclaim 188 again. It looks like contract for $45. Went from 162 plus 126. Yeah. No, I mean, Fidget, this is a tough trade. Tough trade. But I mean, that's just the market timing just not being, perfect. I mean, we didn't even need a perfect market timing. Just kind of the luck of the draw there on that. Everything tanked. And the one stock that, we had the strength alone, we had that rip through, we got the volume. NQ just ripped it right back down. And then all the people like us trying to buy into that for that move, which made sense, you just got trapped. And that's where you just see stop losses hit and this thing just trickled all the way back down. So sucks for sure. I mean, that would have been an insane trade, but just got to let it go. Nothing we can do. We'll be there for the next time it happens. Seeing like a real bounce too in the market. And look how dead Amazon is. All the buyers got burnt, so they're just moving out of the way. Not really seeing anything else I'm interested in. 17th expiration. Okay, cool. Don't get too greedy on it though. These are instances where you could really get hurt, right? We have that nice setup. We get the trade. The market completely fakes everyone out. And a lot of people in a chance like this will just hold. And they'll hold and hold and hold, thinking there's going to be a bounce. And that's where you get really screwed. So I'm glad that at least from what I can see, no one did. I've experienced that before, believe me. So I know what those setups look like. Yeah, it seems like we need. Yeah, I mean, NVIDIA definitely. Everything just kind of tanked. It's so weird. So we need to keep this in mind, though, for these pre-market moves that look great. Um, you know, we need to understand that right now in this market environment, we're just seeing pullbacks happen right off the open. They're just giving back the entire move. Try, Amazon's trying to get back above 188. I think that that's probably done. We've seen a really big bounce here in the market, and we're just hovering at lows. Nor, yeah, go for it, man. Good trade. Man, guys, check out SMCI. Opened up around 830, and we hit a low of 790. I mean, this is just craziness. Amazon finally creeping back above 188 here. But look at SPY. Look at that bounce. We were almost back to high a day on SPY. And even in Q's, back above VWAP, making a move, we've almost come halfway up from where we were. And Amazon is just stuck. There's just no more interest in that after another fake out. How do you explain those pre-market moves that end up dumping? Like those that pump, it must be taking big losses, right? Or do they think they have a wide stop loss? Latvian, I don't know. It's just right now. Typically, you don't see this. So, I mean, I'm just trying to adapt and notice what's going on. We're just seeing the whole market move up nicely pre-market, and then these moves are just given up within minutes. So I don't really have an explanation for you. I just know that, thinking from a buyer and seller standpoint, we're seeing, like Amazon, for example, today. Like, yeah, they just basically just sweep all those buyers out and they dump it. And yeah, liquidity grab. Frosty's got it perfectly. It's just they know that. Well, I mean, Amazon had a chance. Amazon was doing pretty much everything it needed to, and when the market dumps like that, there's just a lot of buyers that are stuck. So they have to get out of their position, and then they're screwed. I mean, we're barely, look at the volume here. There's no volume left on Amazon. It's gone. Especially on this big bounce on the market, we're not seeing aggressive buying come back into this. It's just slowly getting dragged up with the market. There's just not much there. Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been kind of weird, Snowflake for sure. Amazon's trying though. I don't know. I mean, we could still maybe get this trade tomorrow if we can just get back up here. But man, that was the one time we got that 190 break. We got the volume, we took out that wall. And then with how hard the market was selling off, it was just a perfect scenario to trap buyers, and that's just what happened. NVIDIA's bouncing back. SMCI is getting no love. That's still right near lows. SPY is at high a day here. Amazon back to about 56 a contract here, just way too slow. This is just getting dragged up. We see another down move in the market. Amazon's just going to fall off a cliff. There's not real volume here anymore. Yeah, I bet we come up and test this VWAP, and then if market rolls over, this is just going to die off again. So chances are we're probably not going to get this trade again today, maybe tomorrow, but yeah, pretty sucky. That was a perfect setup there. We just got caught with some bad market timing, but um, you know, we at least we took some profits up there. What do you think about Apple? I mean, we're up pretty nicely from earnings here. I mean, am I interested at this area? Not really, just because we're in the middle of all this. But short term wise, I mean, I could easily see this coming back up to highs around 185, and then maybe seeing a move through that high from earnings at 187. I wouldn't be looking to the downside on this for sure. But we even though we do have a gap, if we do end up falling, I mean, there may be another gap trade down here, through 180. So I'll set some alerts just in case. SPY ripping through highs of the day, NQ ripping as well. Look at this. This is crazy. Later, Vans. Take care. VWAP test here on Amazon. Yeah, those contracts got burned, Geo. But I mean, typically, you don't see that. It was just the scenario that we ran into. Crazy pullback. So here we go. We got a VWAP test here. NQ and SPY are now trying to pull back. So let's see if Amazon either holds up or just falls right back off. A lot of stocks, like even NVDA, we're not even halfway back up from where we opened up. So still a lot of weakness here. On my last Tesco, it was good. Not too bad. Waiting for those final grades, but I think I did all right. I'm not going for straight A's, believe me. What a crazy day. I mean, this is just insane. And look at this move on NQ. Just a V pattern here. Straight down, straight back up. SPY kind of same thing. SPY went through highs of day though. Look at that. You don't see this very often. I mean, this is just, I mean, I know from experience that this is where you could really get hurt. These are just crazy liquidity sweep days. Amazon rejecting here on VWAP. So just like I said, if NQ or SPY roll over a little bit, Amazon's probably just going to fall right back off. Well, I got about another 20 minutes here, guys. So any last minute questions or anything like that? Pretty wild. I mean, I'll still consider Amazon tomorrow, especially if we can, slowly get our way back up. But man, just bad timing today. Let's go, RB. I love it. Good job. Let's go look at these Amazon contracts. So we opened at about 85. We hit a high of 146. I got some off at 143. So pretty much here right at peak. And then look how quickly they died. Hit a low of 36, guys. I mean, that's tough. That quickly. Ooh. Tesla about to pop. Yeah, I mean, back above 175, it could. We're just different. Me and Quinch are just different kind of traders. He's probably looking for a little bit longer term of a move. I mean, this did pull right back into support. So, I mean, I could easily see this popping back up. I don't think that he means like short term. But, maybe in the next few days, yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, this is struggling here under VWAP. Any more weakness on the market, and this is going to be gone. Trying to get its way back up, though. I do like that. It could set us up for tomorrow. right at the lows of the original low of days here on Amazon. So right at VWAP too. So this is going to be where it's going to struggle. It's got to get back above that, then back above 189. Let's see what it does here through VWAP. We're starting to see another bounce here on the market. SPY's 518, trying to get up to that 520 level. Let's see if Amazon can do it. Neela, yeah, dividends aren't really going to affect the stock price. Dividends are just simply, profits that the company has made over that quarter that they will then pay out a small percentage of per share that you get. So, what if you have 100 shares and you get 30 cents per share on a dividend, then you make $3. Yeah, so it's not really going to affect the share price. I mean, you could maybe consider that people buy into a stock kind of right before earnings to then pick up dividends, um, and then they could sell some off. But typically, you don't see any crazy moves based on dividends, from what I know, at least. Yeah, sure thing. Market pullback here. Amazon trying to get bought up here. So I mean, I do like some of the strength, but it's just too late in the day for a real move to happen again, especially after what we just saw this morning. So yeah, NQ pulling back hard here. SPY pulling back hard as well. Let's see if Amazon holds up or not. My guess is probably not. Look at this. I mean, guys, this is just crazy. Let's look what NQ and SPY just did. I mean, a rip here for 30 minutes, and then two candles, we're giving back half of it. This is just craziness. I don't know what's going on. These market conditions are just insane. Amazon not really falling too hard though. $43 to $60. You bought that dip, huh? Amazon back here above VWAP. These 190 calls still have 43,000 volume today. Contracts almost back to 70. This is just dangerous trying to dip by this again. It's one of the weakest links here after that move. Big stop, a lot of stop outs happened over here. So yeah, maybe there's some dip buying, and there's honestly a little bit more buying pressure than I would expect right now. But be careful. Yeah, next time, we may get it tomorrow too. We'll see. Manana. Diddly on YouTube. Yeah, well, if you want to be taught, you got to hop in our Discord. That's where we do live lessons and stuff like that. Live trading, bunch of, there's me and about 4 other traders that teach different strategies. Amazon still trying to hold up here. I kind of like that, but I'm not looking to take a trade on it now, but NQ and SPY are still kind of pulling back, and we're seeing this try to break back above VWAP and 189. So I like that, but I think chances are pretty slim it's going to be able to do it by itself. NQ still falling off here. Look at Amazon. SPY still pulling back. NQ still pulling back. Here it goes. Yeah, welcome. Look at that instant pullback here. I'm telling you, this is going to have a tough time doing it on its own. Look at NVDA. Look at this NVIDIA move. Got that slow relief bounce. You can see there's not much volume in it. Really small candles. Once those buyers are just like, man, we got no strength on our side. Look how quickly that sells back off. Amazon's really interesting to me. Later, Colamp. Take care. Candle closed above VWAP here. I just don't know how much longer Amazon can go flat without making a move. NQ starting to bounce, SPY starting to bounce, and we're seeing Amazon still just kind of go flat here. Back to 70 a contract, though, 71. It's pretty crazy. Let's see, 189 as a small wall. $189 here. Screenshot of a wall on TOS. I don't pay for level 2 on Thinkorswim, but this is what the wall would look like. But, you know, as you can see here, the sizes aren't right. So I never really did like level 2 on Thinkorswim, Frosty. That's kind of a reason I switched to IB. But I think you can pay for the package on Thinkorswim, and it'll be right. I just never did, so that's why I wasn't a big fan of it. Back above 189 here, 74 contract. There's no way they bring this back today. That'd be crazy. So the high on the contract was 140, and we're sitting at about 70. So that's still 100% move back up. And look at that fake out there. As much as I would like to try to get back in this for the trade, I think, I mean, look at this. Look at these fake outs, man. I mean, that was about a 15% loss right there if you got in up on these highs. Contracts are from about 75 to 63. Well, we're almost at hour mark, guys. Any last minute questions? Anything you want me to go over before I head out? Yeah, sure thing, Fire Dog. Back under VWAP here. Amazon's probably going to start giving up. This move was just kind of slow, and we're seeing the market start rolling back over here. So it's going to take a lot to hold this back up. So but like I said, ideally this can, hold up a little bit today, maybe close decently strong, and then we can get that 190 break again through the highs at 190.44. So there's still a trade intact here, but man, this struggled today. Market's starting to bounce again. SPY trying to go for highs. Amazon nice and strong again. That's good. But yeah. So guys, I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. Be careful for the rest of the day. I'll be gauging Amazon, and I'll watch it throughout the day. But like I said, ideally we can kind of close up here around 189, and then tomorrow morning we might be able to get that trade again. But Amazon's not typically a stock that you want to trade after the first, you know, definitely before the first hour is up. So we're now there. I think volume's going to be pretty dead unless the market goes on some crazy run. This is probably just going to chop around the rest of the day. So please be careful. If you have any questions throughout the day, just text me in the Discord, and I'll be there to answer them. So other than that, I think that's it for me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning.